when you come to the floor,
You're fine.
you're going to come quietly, you're going to push in your chair, and you're going to sit down, and you're going to face this way. I'm going to sit in that chair. Okay, this group, go ahead and push in your chair. Nakaya's table, go ahead.
I'm gonna go swap my book.
Why don't you wait and do it after, okay?
No. Jolene's table. Girls, I want you three to go up here. Not to be held. Last table comes up. We're going to review, we've been talking about what symbols are lately. I want you to turn and talk to a partner and tell them what you think a symbol is. Turn to another partner and give them an example of a symbol. Alright, who can share with me what one of their examples was with their partner? Skylar, I like the way you're facing forward. Can you share with me? Do you have an example of a symbol? No, you forgot? Alright, how about Riley? Did you hear what she said? A picture or a thing that stands for something else. Who can give me an example of one? That's the definition. That was awesome. Carly, can you give me the definition, or tell me the example? Ooh, who can tell me what that would be called? Does anyone know what she's talking about? Tell me. Do you know what she said? She said, every year I go to my Nana's for Christmas. What is she thinking of? A symbol or a tradition? Tradition. Traditions. We're going to talk about that too, so you just hold on to that thought. Frankie, can you tell me a symbol? The flag. That's a great example. Who knows what the flag stands for? What does the flag stand for, Lonnie? Did you forget? Yes, Anaya. Each state. Which thing on the flag stands for each state, Charleston? The star stands for each state. Does anyone know how many stripes there are? Autumn? 13 stripes. And does anyone know how come or why there's that many stripes? Rodney, I like the way you're sitting on your bottom. Yeah, they put the stripes on there. Do you have another idea? 13 original colonies. Everyone say that.
13 original colonies.
Okay, we are going to do a little discovery part of our activity today, which means I put things on your table, and you're going to dump out the things in the bag gently because you don't want them to go everywhere, right? And you are going to build a symbol that stands for something that's very important, not just to Virginia, but to the United States as a whole. I'm going to tell some of our friends to go to the back table just so we have more room, because there is, that's okay, go to the back table so we have more room and so that everyone has a chance to touch the things we're going to be building. Yes?
Does everybody have a job to do at the table?
That's a great question, Charleston. Everyone does have a job to do, and that is to work together. You need to listen to everyone else at your table. We're going to work as a team, right? So does that mean that you take everything and you do it yourself? No, we're going to work together. So there are 3 things in your bag, and there is 1 thing laying on your table. You are going to build on top of the poster that's on your table. It'll look like this. Does it have anything on it yet?
No.
Not yet. So that's going to be your job to build on it. I'm going to have some of our friends go to the back table. So if you hear your name, I want you to tiptoe to the back table. How about Lonnie? Madison? Haley, and Skylar. You guys are going to go to the back table. The rest of you, you're going to return to your seat. We're going to dump out our things, and I want you guys to start building what you think you can make with those. You don't have to stay in your chair. You can stand up. You guys don't have to stay in your seats. You can go over and touch the stuff. Blue Charleston, that's a good idea. Put it on the floor.
You're stepping on something, Kyle. Wait a second. You're taking a whole stuff away from me.
Micaiah, why don't you come
You're doing great. What do you do with those red things over there on your table? Ooh, that's a good idea. It doesn't have to be that. You can just throw them on there. Lay it down. I want you to be able to move around. That's a good idea. Can you think of a way that you can use this board also? For the white stripe. How would we use it for the white stripe? Listen to Jolene. She's got some good ideas. Let's see what she thinks. Look and see how long it takes. What's your idea? What do you think we could use this for? So where would those go? Should they go in the blue? Maybe here? Good idea. Why don't you lay these other ones out? All on here. This is good. That looks good. You guys get the idea, right? And how many? You know how many stars there are, right? How many? 50. So this is a symbol, so it stands for something. So it's not going to be exact, right? I think that looks great. When you guys are finished, go ahead and have a seat. Ooh, I like the way you're putting the stripes down. Do you think if you leave some space in between, then it could be like a white stripe? Alright, let's redo it. Can you like hold the whole Cole had a really good idea. Thank Alright, everyone stop and give me 5. I like the way Charleston froze and gave me 5. Alright, hands down. Everyone look around with your eyes, so you don't need to be talking. And look at how your other friends made a symbol on their table with their finger. While you do that, I want you to stand up and push in your chair. And as you tiptoe to the floor, check out the other things you're doing. Alright, tiptoe to the floor. Have a seat. Face the chair. see? Or do you want to come over? Do you want to come forward? Levi, can you guys see, or do you need to scoot forward? You can see? Okay, good. I just don't need to miss out. Alright, so who can tell me what they found in their bag? Tell me one thing. Rodney?
Stuffed balls.
Stuffed balls. Cotton balls. Right? These are cotton balls. Who else had these in their bag? Alright, tell me another thing that you found in your bag. Cole?
Blue paper.
Blue paper. Who else had this in their bag? Good, I hope so. That was an important part. And there was one more thing in your bag. What was it, Madison? Red paper. They're like streamers, right? Has anyone ever had these at a birthday party?
Yeah.
Or seen them in the store before?
Yes,
Alright, so who can tell me what their group found out? When your group saw these three things in the bag and saw that you had this white poster to use them with, what did you guys think? What were you thinking, Haley?
it will be
You were like, it's gonna be a flag. Did everyone know? Raise your hand if you already knew that. Oh, we have some smart historians in here. Go ahead and sit on your bottom so everyone can see. I promise, when there is something to see, I'll hold it up nice and high. Okay? So everyone knew that there was going to be a flag. How did you know which place to put them in, Micaiah?
Looking at the flag.
You used the flag that we have in the corner of our classroom. How else did you guys know? Anyone else have another idea? Riley? Because you know what the flag looks like. You see it like probably every day, right? I know we always see it in our classroom. Jolene, do you have another thing to add? Okay. So let's think about that. There's nothing to see yet, so you're good. If you want to move forward, you can move forward over here so you can see better. That's a good idea. Okay, so Jolene just made a good point. She said, when I saw the cotton balls, I thought they were going to be stars. Does this look like a star? No, but it's a symbol, right? We're using it to represent a star. So what was the streamers representing? Tell me. Say it.
Stripes.
The stripes, right? And then the blue part was the background for the stars. Good. And so if I had you guys go back and glue all of these things down, our stripes and everything, we would have made a flag, right? Yeah. So we're going to leave it on our table for now because I like the way that they all look. And do they all look the exact same?
No. Yes. Yes.
Well, tell me, does every American flag that you see, does it usually look the same?
No.
It doesn't? Tell me, for those of you that think it doesn't, tell me what you see that's different on different American flags. What do you see, Carly? Never mind? Okay. Micaiah?
Yes.
Anaya?
Some flags have stars that make circles.
Oh, a flag that has stars that make circles. Levi, do you have another thing to add?
They have to have backgrounds.
They have to have backgrounds. Skylar?
Some of them have X's on them.
Some have X's on them. Okay, these are all great ideas, but I want you to remember, when we have an American flag for the USA, United States of America, it's always going to look like the ones that you made on your table or the one that we have in the corner of our classroom. It's always going to look the same. Now, there are different types of flags. We have our Virginia flag, too, don't we? And that's a symbol, but is that for the whole country or just our state?
This one state.
You're right.
Every flag has state. They have to have blue, red, and white.
And every single flag?
Has blue, red, and white.
Not every single flag. Some countries, other countries, they have colors that represent them. These represent the United States of America. So when we think of red, white, and blue, does that make you think of any sort of holiday? What does it make you think of, Charleston? Makes you think of Christmas? Red and green makes me think of Christmas. Alexa, Alexis, what does red, white, and blue make you think of? Certain holiday? There's fireworks in the sky. Frankie, do you want to help her out? You thought of it. 4th of July. Good. Raise your hand if you were thinking about that too. Yeah. How many of you and your families wear red, white, and blue on the 4th of July? Yeah, so that is sometimes a holiday tradition, similar to what Carly was saying about how she always is with her family. On Christmas, turn and talk to a partner. Wait, I'm going to tell you what to talk about. About what you do with your family on the 4th of July. Can you tell her what you do? Okay, who can share with me what either they or their partner said about what they do on the 4th of July? Who can share? Shane?
We set up fireworks.
You set up fireworks. Serenity, I like how you're sitting quietly on your bottom.
I watch fireworks.
You watch fireworks? Me too. What about you, Samantha?
On holidays, I go see the zoo and look at pictures that are red, white, and blue.
Ooh, that's fun. Autumn, do you have another idea?
On the 4th of July, me and my family go outside and watch the fireworks and have picnics.
Awesome, that sounds delicious. So these are all traditions that we do with our families. So fireworks are also symbols, right? We're celebrating something, so they're standing for something. Are there actual smiley faces in the sky? No. But when you look at fireworks, they make you happy, right? People get excited. So our symbol that's really, really important to our country is the American flag. And when we wear red, white, and blue, we are being patriotic, or we are showing patriotism. Can everyone say that? Patriotism. But patriotic and patriotism are very similar things. But both of them involve our special colors, red, white, and blue. I'm going to read to you guys how we got our flag, who made it, and some interesting things about it. Just wait. We're going to look at some pictures in this book and listen to a couple things. And you already know this is going to be an awesome review for you. But so before we begin, I drew this chart on the board. It says, this is called a KWL chart. K stands for no, W stands for want, and L stands for learn. So this one says what we know. That's what we know before we read. What we want to know, so things that we're hoping the book tells us. And then at the end, we're going to go back and say what we've learned. So who can tell me one thing that they already know about the American flag? Rodney, what do you know? Red, white, and blue. Who can share another thing they already know about the American flag? Frankie? Special. Lucas, can you scoot back and share a thought with me about what you already know about the American flag?
Bessie watched me with their flag.
Try and tell your neighbor in case they missed it. Okay, who can share? These are all great things that we know that it's red, white, and blue. That it's special. Don't miss out. And that's a Rosmader. What are some things that we want the book to tell us? What do we want to learn? Rodney, listen to our friends. Charleston, I like the way you're sitting forward. What do you want to know? Where is it? Another thing I hope that the story tells us. Cole?
What does it stand for?
What does it stand for? Alright, and let's get one more idea that we hope to hear about in the book. Carly, I like the way you have a quiet hand.
Are we in the middle of that?
Yeah, what's something that you want to know? What you want the book to tell you?
Why does it have 15 stars?
15 or 50?
50 on it.
Okay. Why 50 stars? Alright. So we're going to read some pages out of this book, and I need you all to listen quietly. You need to be sitting on your bottoms, and I want you to face the chair, because this is where I'm going to sit. Don't worry if you're in the back, I'll hold the pictures up really high. So it says, the American flag American symbols. The American flag, Old Glory, as the American flag is sometimes called, stands for the United States of America. Like any flag, it is just a piece of cloth, but this cloth has a powerful meaning. Flapping in the wind, this red, white, and blue cloth has made people feel joy and hope. It has stirred men to battle and helped them enjoy victory. It has brought tears of happiness and pride to countless eyes. Do you have a question? Why don't you stand up and show us, Shayla? Alright. Did anyone hear what the nickname was? The nickname of our American flag? What did you hear, Carly? You forgot. Help her out, Samantha.
That it stands for
Yeah, so I said American flag, Old
Glory.
Glory. That's its nickname. So sometimes people refer to the flag as Old Glory. What? To tell me which page is it from. Okay, this one's called the First American Flag. Americans fought the Revolutionary War to gain their freedom from England. Leaders of the Revolution wanted a flag to represent the new country. The first American flag was chosen on June 14, 1777. It had 13 red and white stripes and 13 stars on a blue background. The 13 stars and the 13 stripes stood for the 13 English colonies in America. At that time, they were fighting to become the United States of America. How many stripes did they say? Tell me. Go ahead. 13. And they just said that the first American flag had how many stars?
13.
13. So has there been some changes?
Yes.
I think so. The designer of the American flag. Listen closely, Lucas. This is what you were talking about. No one knows who really designed the first American flag. A legend that Betsy Ross made the first flag is probably false. Betsy Ross, a Philadelphia seamstress, did sew flags during the Revolutionary War, but no proof exists that she designed or sewed the first flag. It is likely that Francis Hopkinson had a part in designing the first flag. Mr. Hopkinson was one of the signers of the signers of the Declaration of Independence. So we think it might have been Betsy because she used to sew during that time. Right, here's a picture of Betsy sewing. Do you have a question about it? Looks like that. Why is she old? Because do you know what a seamstress is?
Yes.
That's what they call her. A seamstress is someone that sews. Who has parents that sew? That's good. Grandmother. That's another great idea. This is where some people take, sometimes when I buy a dress that is too long or a sweater that's too big, I'll take it to a seamstress and I'll have them sew it for me. So she was sewing the first American flag, we think, but we don't know for sure. Caitlin, can you come up here? I don't want you to miss that. Come sit here. Respecting the flag. This part's really important, so everyone listen closely. The United States flag code is a set of rules for honoring our flag. The code says that the flag can be flown in daylight, but whenever bad weather is happening, we should take it down so it does not get damaged. The flag is usually flown from sunrise to sunset. A flag that flies at night should be in a spotlight so that we can see it. The flag should never be worn as clothing, and it should never touch the ground. That's a good question, Charleston. Why do you guys think we don't want the flag to touch the ground? Riley, do you have an idea? Because it is so special, just like everything on its head. It what? It presents the city. It presents our, or it represents our whole country. So it's something that we need to be very, very careful with. No, you're good. Okay, last thing. There's something called Flag Day. Who's heard of that before? Some people? Okay, so listen closely for the rest of you. Flag Day is celebrated on June 14th, the birthday of the American flag. On Flag Day, Americans display flags at homes, schools, businesses, and public buildings. Groups that promote love and respect for the flag hold parades to honor the flag. Certain holidays are also flag days. Americans display large numbers of flags on the 4th of July, which we talked about, Memorial Day, and Veterans Day. Each flying American flag is a reminder of a proud, strong, and free nation. So, that picture, that one didn't have any pictures on that page, but I can show you some of the other ones.
Oh, I saw something.
Okay, so we talked a little bit, we're going to read about them in a second. We talked a little bit about changes have happened to the flag, because it used to have 13 stripes. And does it still?
No.
It doesn't have 13 stripes? It does have 13 stripes, but how many stars? 50 instead of 30. Let's listen to hear about why they changed the flag. 13 to 50. By 1794, 2 more states had joined the original 13. 2 stars and 2 more stripes were added to the flag. By 1818, 5 more states had been added. Congress decided that 20 stripes would be too many on the flag. Congress voted to return to the original 13 red and white stripes. Each new state was shown by the addition of a star. Turn to a partner and tell them what the stars represent. Alright, knees, nose, toes forward. They just told us that they each new state was shown by adding an additional, what was it?
Number.
They had numbers on the front. An additional star, so they added stars every time there was a new state. It says the present flag, that means the one we have today, has 50 white stars, 1 for each of the 50 states.
That's a
Okay, so when we go back to our seats, I'm going to have you guys all color an American flag. Now this is why we left it on our table, because I want to show you guys something that's really important. The first stripe on the very top of the flag is red. So when we color our flags, what color should that first stripe be? Red. And the stars are normally what color? White. So we just need to color the background blue. Okay? Who can tell me, going back to our chart, who can tell me one thing that they learned from these pages that we read in the story? Skylar. What did you learn?
The American flag is special.
Special. So the flag is special. Another thing we learned, Cole?
Betsy Ross only made the flag.
We think so, right? So maybe Betsy Ross.
Why don't maybe?
Because we don't really know who made it. They didn't sign it. We don't have any proof who made it, so we're not sure. That's our idea.
I know. It's all so good.
Thank you.
I know.
Let's get a couple more things. Levi, what did you learn?
There's 50 states.
So it went from having how many stars? 13. And then now, that was before. And now we have 50 stars for the 50 states, right? All right, let's get one last thing. What did we learn? How about something about, who can tell me about how we should respect the flag? Lonnie?
With love.
With love? How else?
Because
How can we show that we love the flag and that we love our country? Carly?
when
So she's telling me a way that we can be patriotic, right? Is wear the red, white, and blue. Cole, do you have another idea? Pledge of Allegiance. That's a great idea. How many of you guys say the pledge every morning? I hope so, because we do it on announcements, don't we? What else do we learn about what the flag? Should we take the flag off the stand and wear it as clothes? No. And should we let it touch the ground? No. So these are other things that we learn. When there's a storm, why do you think when it's going to storm, why do you think we move the flag down, Jolene? That was a good idea.
Because we don't want it to get ripped.
We don't want it to get ripped or ruined because we really care about it. And it stands for something special.
Mess up our state.
Yeah, you can mess it up.
So the flag doesn't get blown away.
Wait, these are all awesome ideas. You guys are going to tiptoe back to your tables. When I say go, everyone start back on your bottoms again. Back to your bottoms. When I say go, you're going to tiptoe back to your table. I'm going to bring around this sheet right here. What is on my sheet, Frankie? I just showed you what was on it. You're lucky. Turn around. You guys are going to color the first stripe what color?
Red.
And then do you need to color the next one white, or can you just skip over it?
Skip.
Just leave it white. It'll stay nice and white like the paper. Okay, so you're going to use your crayons. I want you to put your name at the very, very top so I know whose flag it is. And if you finish coloring the flag in the background, what color? Blue. Before everyone else, you can move on and you can color it in these bubble letters. Okay?
Woo. Can we color the
I want you to leave your posters in the middle of your table to help you remember what it should look like, okay? So if it gets in your way, let me know and I can help you. All right, I want this table right here to tiptoe back. Charleston, do you have a question? You're being really patriotic, aren't you? You pass one to each person at your table? Yes. Lonnie's table, tiptoe back.
Now everyone has a little bit of space. Okay.
Everyone, you should only have a pencil to write your name and crayons to color. No, that was just the building.
Now where will I? Oh, you got to sit on paper. That's better. I already got one. Hey. Oh, you didn't even touch it. I want one. Carly. Okay,
Put your S right here.
Peter is like that. What do you? There we go. That's over there.
Try to color really neat. Remember to stay in the lines. Write your name. Yeah, I love that. No. Blue? Let's ask a neighbor. Okay, I see blue right now. That is blue on it. I love that one. These are like Madison. You're not working on the bottom.
Because you know why? Because the pole is not pink. Austin, look.
can do this when you're done, so that way you get it done. I love the way Anaya, hold yours up over your head. Everyone look at Anaya. Look how she skipped one line after every red one that she colored. She stayed in the lines. Let's see who else is doing that.
Good job.
That's mine.
That looks awesome. Don't forget to color the background with the stars. Hmm?
Oh, that's weird.
Whoever's crayon box it is, they can pick it up on their own. There's not that much stuff.
Ow!
That was
Right in the head.
Lonnie. Is this your crayons all the way over here?
I hit Larry.
Thank you for your help, but I want you to keep coloring. I can help. That's okay. Just do your best. Want to hand that to me? So you don't keep dumping it? I'll put it up here too. While you color, I'm going to come around and pass out another sheet. This sheet has the Pledge of Allegiance on it. We're going to practice saying this one time. And respecting the flag. Yes, you get to keep it. So I just want you to leave this on your desk. You don't have to touch it for now. Just keep coloring. I think you're getting a cramp in your hand. Shake it off. Keep going. Go right back. Let's go. Almost done. Alright. We only got a couple minutes left to finish coloring, so go as fast as you can, but try your best. Stay in the line. No, it's not. It's not a big deal. Don't finish. We can always take it home to finish.
My bad.
Carly, hold yours up over your head and show everyone. Oh, great job coloring. She did the lines. She skipped red and white, almost like a candy cane. She colored her background blue. Good. freeze. Put your crayon away for a second. And I want you to put this on top of your flag for right now. Great, I like the way it's waiting patiently to get started. He's ready to go. Bless you. Bless you. Okay, this is the Pledge of Allegiance. We know this pretty well because you say it every morning. But I want us to practice saying it and following along with the words. Before we get started, everyone flip them over like this. So it's white. Before we get started, we're going to watch a video of kindergartners being very respectful and honoring the flag during the Pledge of Allegiance. They all stand very still. They put their right hand, which is this one. Everyone put your right hand in there. They put their right hand over their heart, and they say the pledge, and they look at the flag. Okay, so I'm going to... And they hold their other hand behind their back, or you can leave it down next to you, just very still. Okay, everyone look up here.
I can't.
Kindergartners, you guys are a year older than them. How many of you guys think that we could do it just as good or better than they can? I want you to turn over your sheet, look at the pledge, and we're going to read it once together, and then we're going to stand and say it once together. So everyone put your finger on I.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Great job, you guys all followed along and read that together. Flip it over again so you can't see it. Stand up and tuck in your chair. Find and face our flag. Right hand over your heart. The other one either by your side or behind your back. And everyone should be sitting very, very still. Tuck in your chair, Cole. Alright, let's start.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good job. Everyone have a seat. Who can tell me one thing they learned today? Or they reviewed today? Rodney. You learned about the flag. Riley. Saying the Pledge of Allegiance. What about it? How should we say it? But how should we say it? Should we scream it?
No.
No.
We do it with our inside voice.
Inside voices and hands over our heart. You guys can finish coloring. Either way. We are all done.